Hey, y'all. Hey. What up? What up? Thank y'all for waiting. I see y'all out there. Thank you for popping in. Let me give y'all shout outs real quick. Welcome, Lysandra. Thank you for waiting. Welcome, Shadow Knight Zero, first night, wielder of the Diamond Sword, Prince of the Realm. Welcome, Mr. Cal, Queen of the Moderators. Thank you all for waiting. I appreciate y'all. You guys already know this channel has paid promotion, so we're going to go ahead and get them commercials out the way.
Let's feel free to exude who we are. Powerful, beautiful, wonderful, inspirational, and so much more. Introducing Kimani, a motivational clothing brand that will help you develop an "it's my time" mindset. You'll realize what it takes to develop yourself by acquiring new skills. Step into your greatness and wear it proudly. Yes, Kimani.
I see you out there, Darnell. It's your boy Darnell in the chat. I see y'all out there. Hey, good looking out. Thanks for supporting your girl. You guys can get Kimani at www.kimaniclothing.company. That's www.kimaniclothing.company. We got one more bill to pay. Where is that? Come on.
Have you been busting your tail? Co-workers, life, kids, things in general getting on your nerves and you need to relax? Well, say no more. Get your relaxation on with Mayflower Bubble Bath. A variety of fragrances will take you to your most exotic places in your mind. Fill your bathtub with the bubbles of your dreams. Mayflower Bubble Bath.
Y'all want that good, that smell good? You get that Mayflower Bubble Bath at MayflowerScents.com. Y'all know what? I didn't get to tell you a happy Sunday. Happy
Man, God is good.
Welcome to the Gems and Jams series, which is now its own show. Hey, look at me go. Yep, about that. Check it out. I got the keys. Yep. The Gems and Jams series is moving to its own channel. So I'm packing up the goods. Yeah, I'm saying, filling my suitcase. And I'm about to get the hell up out of here. Find Gems and Jams show on YouTube. All right, you got the gist. Right after this interview, we moving. And without further delay, let me introduce to y'all my brother. I love this dude, Alkatraz.
Yo, what's good?
You still over there trying to figure shit out?
Nah, I figured it out. I had to actually copy the link, but now I realize that the laptop's almost dead anyway, and I'm not nowhere near the charger. So, oh well, we're gonna go off the phone. The phone's fully charged. So,
you mean to tell me we ain't got no music? Well, we got some videos.
Say that again.
I said you got your music ready. We got some videos though. You shot me them videos. I got them.
Yeah, I sent you the music links too, all of them. I didn't know I was supposed to play them on my end. Am I supposed to?
I got it. I got it all.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
So, Traz, I know you. You know me. Let's tell the people about you. Where you from? How you started? What your name is?
So, as everybody sees, here's you calling me Alcatraz, Traz. I mean, that's what everybody calls me. I've been rebranding myself, working on some new things under my regular name, which is Tony Nario. Born and raised in Inglewood. Well, born in Santa Monica, raised in Inglewood. And just a lover of hip hop and everything hip hop culture, man. And shit. You ask the questions and I'll answer them. So that's that show.
All right. So we want to know just a little bit about your upbringing. So, what age did you move to Inglewood?
Shit, we got here when 86. I think I might have been like 6, 7 years old. Little.
Yeah. Okay. I've been all over the LA, all over LA. That's where I lived at. Inglewood, LA.
Okay.
South Central, Culver City, all over the place. So,
Got you. Well, yeah, I mean, shit, I grew up all over the place for sure. You know what I mean? Like as you grow up, shit, from when you go to school in Santa Monica and then you grow up in Inglewood, right? Like you get everything. Like, had homies from Westchester, Palisades,
yep.
Fucking
I'm a Westchester alumni.
Yeah, Lou Zinger,
Yep.
um,
All that.
Long Beach Poly. You know what I mean? So all these different schools, Crenshaw High, all the homies over there. So shit, everywhere really, man. I got some great stories of how living in Los Angeles, you learn certain things just living out here that, you know, sometimes, you know, you might not get a pass, but I got a pass early on because I mean they're just funny stories.
Right. So okay, so tell me about what made you what was your moment when you fell in love with music? Like when you knew this was you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about music came much later because for me, I just fell in love with hip hop, man. I just remember seeing the break dancing, and it was at the height of like, I'm a kid watching all this stuff, and then
Yeah.
my dad's playing like, Run DMC, LL Cool J, he was playing the Fat Boys before they became the Fat Boys when they were Disco 3, you know,
Mm-hmm.
then he would play like Rodney O and Joe Cooley, Everlasting Bass, all these different kind of records. So I was just influenced by like the whole culture itself, being a kid, seeing everything, like that shit was cool to me. So, I got into breakdancing as a little kid. Um, I don't think I started trying to like rap till I was maybe like, I would say I'm lying. I had a little tape recorder and I was doing stuff since I was like 10 or 11, right?
That's
But
young enough. That's a nurturing age. Yeah.
yeah, but I would like get beats on tapes and like freestyle because remember that was back when you had the little tape recorder where you could put the
The
tape on,
tape
but you
over the
could also
top.
hit
Hell
or
yeah.
you
I'm with
record.
you, Trash. Yep.
Yeah, I'm giving away my age, right?
Shit. We the same
uh,
age. Shut up.
yeah, so that's like I think when it like started, with the whole with actually like the love of rap and everything like that. But I was just always intrigued by everything from like homies I had that did the bombing, the graffiti and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and out here tagging got really big at one time, but that was like a whole nother thing because that was kind of
Oh
tied to the
man, that
gang
was
culture.
a wild era though, cause you look up, you see people tagging and somebody right next to them dancing and shit. Like, wait a minute, Tommy Clown pulling up, all that. That was fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, being a little kid at that time, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I was a kid. I wasn't this grown up adult. I'm
Right.
watching this stuff and I'm
That
just
was fun.
like,
That
oh
was our
shit.
days.
Yeah. So, even me like being known in Inglewood, like people know I'm from Inglewood, right? But like
Hmm.
I never gang banged or nothing like that. But people knew me because I played football out here. You know what I mean? I played with some guys that made it all the way to like, with the Michigan Wolverines. You know what I mean? Like I played with
Right.
guys that played basketball. I was always playing basketball, and hip hop was always there. So I think I started rapping though somewhere, I would say like seriously somewhere around 13, 14. And rest in peace to my boy LeVar and my homeboy Sweet, who are like two dudes that like, you know, they were already seniors when I was a freshman in high school. And I remember
Okay.
kick my rhymes to them because they were always freestyling, but they were different because those dudes were like they were brothers, but they were more into like East Coast, and so
Hmm.
that's kind of where I think some of my love also started. I have, you know, uh, glasses, and that's my partner, and glasses always tells me like, um, oh, you a East Coast sympathizer. He tells me because I love East Coast hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So those guys were like into like Dell, the funky Homo sapien, hieroglyphics, J5, like all the underground stuff you could think of back in that time. Chino XL, Razkaz, Fifth Ave with a
No,
mod.
Raz was good to me. That's my
Yeah,
boy too. I wonder if he'd sit down with me.
yeah, Raz will. If you hit him up, he will. Raz is a solid ass dude, man. You
I
remember
actually ran into him when I was with my homegirl. She makes like weed butter and shit, and I was helping her sell that shit in a seminar. And they was
Mhm.
up there doing a concert, and Raz came up. He was like, "Get your ass up on that stage." He was like, "These some young kids. They don't got nothing on you." I was like, "Raz, I was like, Woods told me better than just get up there unprepared. I didn't know I didn't know this was none of that shit. He was like, oh man, you a sucker. I was like,
But
I didn't do
that's
nothing but
that.
laugh.
But look, no, but that's what Raz comes from, man. It's two different type of MCs. Like, I mean, Woods was not wrong in saying, to be prepared,
But
but
I'm a
that's kind of,
singer, so I got to be ready. I got to be
yeah,
warmed up and shit.
but that's the same thing that Eminem be talking about. Like, lose yourself in the music, the moment you want it. That's what he be talking about. Like, sometimes you never know what that opportunity could have brought, regardless.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because people that have good ears can hear through nervousness, or they can see potential.
My people was tripped out. They was like, Razzcast. I was like, did he just walk up to me? Like he just walked right up to me. They're like, a lot of people, and I be thinking about it like, that's from Woods. That's from y'all.
Well, did one of the LA Battlegroundz events through oh my god, BZ Films. Dude that did, like, he kind of like coordinated a lot of stuff for that event for us, and like helped us make that event really, really big. So yeah, we met a lot of great people. Shit, we met Lil Half Dead through the LA Battlegroundz too.
Shit,
a lot of people, man. I made a lot of good relationships, but
Speaking of
relationships I still have.
let's enlighten the people more on LA Battlegroundz and what you do, and how you.
Well, I've done that in almost 4 years, so
but what you done and how it was, and let's just talk about it.
Okay.
It's part of you.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. That's what I'm saying. You just got to ask me questions.
Yeah, so,
at this point, I haven't. My mind, my creativity has been a whole nother direction over the last.
Let's talk about Battlegroundz getting off the ground though. Like, how did that start?
Well, kind of tying it into me, learning how to rap at 13, like my homeboys that I told you about. I learned how to actually rap, but during that time when I would freestyle, I got into battle rapping, because at that point, what was that, 96? Like, that was how you proved yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to battle, especially being a Mexican. Like, you know what I mean? I always had to show and prove. You know what I mean?
But I like your sense of humor about that shit, because I seen one of them posts. He was like, "Who said Mexicans can't rap? I guess they never heard my music." I was cracking up.
I mean, everybody has their opinions. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know what I mean? I know what I could do, and I always knew what I could do. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your question, leading up to that, so went on to make music, yada yada yada. Had 3 solid projects from my first project. Got into a dry cleaning business off the money from that and stuff too. Opened that up, and just so many things. My last project that I put out was actually hosted by DJ Tony Touch. So for people who don't know, DJ Tony Touch is a big New York DJ who was a DJ.
That's pretty dope.
Fat Joe, you know what I mean? The Beat Nuts. And then, through the cleaners, I met Mr. Woods. He was just a customer coming in. I met a lot of great people through the cleaners, and we linked up. And I had met some other dude that was like talking. His shit was called like LA Rap League or something. And I seen what he was doing, and I thought he was trying to take it in a direction of battle rap, but it turned out like his content was more about everything, like rap. So he would do like interviews, battle rap on the same channel, interviews, battle rap. He'll do music videos. He'll do like all kinds of shit on his channel. So I tried to tell him, like, look, bro, we can take this battle rap shit to another level for LA, because what LA didn't have was like a real street scene, right? Yeah. So like right now I'm watching some of the things that are going on, and like now some of these dudes have like, connected a little bit more with their street connects after what we did. And the white boys always have a little bit more connection sometimes, you know what I mean? So they do what they do, and they take it to their next level because of their relationships, and that's fine, right? But I know what we brought, and at that time LA didn't have and wasn't going after the street rappers. Like you had the dudes from Grind Time, right? And again, this not taking nothing away from them, like, oh, like I'm some crazy street dude. What I'm saying is, their style of rap, while a lot of them might have been in the streets, their style was more like jokes and like clowning, and like that was their style, right? And it wasn't where like like I said, I always like URL. So when I would listen, or New York, style hip hop. So when they would battle rap, I was like, man, why don't we have these kind of guys battle rapping, but from the West Coast, which is, like basically talking from the streets, but in rhyme form, because you didn't have that. And guys like Snoop Dogg, he comes from battle rap, so he knows what it is, right? But even he don't battle how these new kids battle. So that's what LA Battlegrounds, after I left that dude, I had brought Woods in with me to work with that dude. We both seen like that shit wasn't gonna work because dude was kind of like had his own camera equipment. He wanted to do his own thing. It was like, all right, bet, bro. If that's what you're gonna do it. So then me and Woods were like, all right, well, we're gonna do this together. And that's what it was. He did a lot of the camera work and I was the mouthpiece, I was the face. I did a lot of the networking. I brought in the sponsors. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was doing. So that's how it started off, man. And it started off Woods would also with his connections, you know what I mean? Like both of us with our connections and our street connections and relationships with people. Like our first event was on 48th and Crenshaw at like this old rehabilitation center that Woods worked at.
I did a couple of gigs there.
You know what I'm talking about that, right?
Gigs there, yeah. But you know what? Them people, that was a fucking receptive ass crowd because I was thinking like, it's a retirement home. We they gonna like the hip hop R&B thing because remember Woods was trying to make me like the female Nate Dogg. So I would go up in there trying to be buttery and they would just start clapping like, oh, okay. It was a surprise.
Yeah.
That was a very receptive crowd. That place was nice. I don't care what nobody say.
Nah, and it was dope. And we started in our first event. I think we might have had like 20 people there. Maybe we started letting in people free at first. Like 2-3 of them were all free.
Woods. I miss Woods. Mr. Woods was my manager. He's the reason why me and Alkatraz know each other. He was a real good dude, really smart, very streetwise, and he was not nobody to play with. He really
he wasn't.
Nobody to play with.
Definitely a veteran. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's kind of where it was. That's where it started, man. And then we just built from there, man. Like, where we really started getting our buzz, we started doing things outside the box. Like we had a tryouts for LA Battlegrounds, and I came up, or me or Woods came up with the name CDF, which was Catch That Fade, right? And those were the tryouts, though. To the prequel, basically, to like LA Battlegrounds, getting on the main stage. And like I said,
I said because it's levels to this shit.
Yeah, no, it was. And what's funny is early on, it's kind of weird. So our league transitioned because when it first started, like it was this other league called Daily Duels that was kind of like out from the IE. So like if you go to our first early like battles, like we had a lot more like Latino MCs, like Mexican MCs, right? And you had like guys like Sir Capo, who was super dope, super fly, like just real fresh kid. He could rap. And then it was just weird. Like as we grew, and then we did a Watts Tower CDF tryout, Catch That Fade at the Watts Towers.
That's wild. Damn, I missed that shit.
Yeah. We had guys like Dre Vicious and Active, who are from Great, who were watching our back. Glasses, who's from 7th Street out over there, Watts too, watching our back. Woods had his own people. My boy Kiki Smooth, who he's from Compton, but he stays right by the Watts Tower, so he's got a lot of love. So just had all these different people just watching our back, showing us love. So, when we were over there at first, like some of the dudes like kind of came, but then as soon as they seen certain people, oh, what's up?
Hell yeah.
Good. So we did that, and that's where it really grew, man. I think that was where our biggest class came out of, to be honest. Because that was around the time we rest in peace. Man, that's so crazy how many people have died since then, man. Young B the Future came out of there. I don't know if you remember Young B the Future.
Yeah.
He was killed like a few years ago.
Yeah, that was sad though. That was sad, man.
West Coast Dread, Mike Call Million came out of there. Like so many of these.
Yeah, it's a lot that's gone.
Huh?
And that's a lot of people that's gone. And some of our like our homies are gone too.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
it's wild. And
So
Woods gone like shit. I thought that nigga was gonna live forever, man.
that was really weird, man. And that was a crazy time for me and him too, because we had that was towards the time where we kind of had stopped doing LA Battlegroundz, and me and him had our own behind the scenes things going on, which I rather just keep to myself because he's
Yeah.
here to speak on it. You know what I mean? But it was really a rough time for me, even when he passed, because we hadn't talked in a few months.
I remember you had told me.
And we hadn't it wasn't like a beef or nothing, but it was some things that just we were not seeing eye to eye on, and we hadn't ironed them out yet.
You
And
know,
I talked to Doc because
I've
Doc
had plenty of them moments, because I always want to be me, but for me it's different because Woods is manager, so he's like, I run your career, and we would fight all the time. So I know what you mean. Like, you
yeah,
see the question on the screen?
I just seen that, and you want me to answer that?
Yes.
So
Do
that's
you
from
think or feel what is missing from hip hop now than it was back then, or is it kind of the same?
and that's from Shadow Knight Zero.
Yes.
Do you think or feel is missing? What do you think is from hip hop now than it was back then, or is it kind of, I think it's the same, bro. I just think what happens is we're kind of living in a historic moment right now where hip hop is becoming older. Like watching Dre and Snoop the other day, bro, that was insane to me on the to watch them at that level at the Super Bowl and still so late in their careers, right? But it's like kind of showing you that they're really in their rock star stages. Like though that's our Bon Jovi, that's our U2, that's our Aerosmith. Like that's hip hop,
Yes.
right? Like that's
Yes.
the level that they are now. Like this Jay-Z, all those guys. So
Major rock stars.
yeah, rock star, like just status, OG status.
Hell
And
yeah.
I think it's kind of a weird place we're in right now, because remember, as it was growing, we kind of kept going through this thing with hip hop because it's so competitive, where it was like where it was like, oh, it's always like the older it gets, they would kind of fight like whatever the new cats were doing.
Yep.
And now I think we're getting to a place now where the older cats, like even like myself, right? Like we're finally finding, because if you look at the kids and what they're doing right now, maybe their sound is different, but their music is still
Yeah,
hip.
I like it. They
It's
was
just,
big up, Kendrick. I love the way that they brought out their youngin.
who's that?
I love the way that they brought out their youngin. Like when Kendrick came out, I hit the flow, Traz. I hit the flow.
Yeah, no,
All right, so
absolutely. And again, there's younger kids than him. Like what's the kid that had the Roddy Rich? You got Roddy Rich. You got
yeah,
RJ. You got you got such a whole other class of young cats coming out right now who are in their 1920s, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
guys that already came out now are getting even older, like a Vince Staples, you know what I mean? Like guys that are 27 and now they're the older guys. Like
Yeah,
like I'm really like the older head now, you know what I mean? Like it's true. I mean, and again,
yeah,
still like my OGs are still like, like Kid Frost, Mellow Man Ace, like Fat Joe.
right.
Think about those guys are all like Fat Joe's 51. You know what I mean? Dr.
Yeah.
Dre's 50,
Damn,
Eminem
we old.
51, 50 Cent is
We
49.
older.
Like
Motherfuckers.
you get what I'm saying? Like these dudes are all almost 50 years. Oh no, 57
Yep.
like 47. But
Shit. Look, I'm up there. Look what's happening to me. Oh,
yeah. So
I'm with you. Okay, so look, this what we gonna do. We gonna play a Traz song, and then he gonna tell us about it. And then when
okay,
we come back on camera, Traz is gonna tell us about this song. Let me get the screen pulled up.
okay. But can I finish answering his question real
Yeah.
quick? I just
Mhm.
want to just to finalize his question. I think it's the same. I think just sometimes we get a disconnect as we get older because we view things a certain way. So sometimes we're not going to always understand the younger kids' music, and that's okay because they're not making it for us.
Right.
So at that point, once we if we can understand it, then cool. You know what I mean? You'll get it. You might not bump it every day. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you might not want to hear about the chopper spraying somebody's head off. You might want to, like, you know, I mean, look, I love hearing Nas dropping, to me, 3 damn near classic albums over the last year and a half. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? At 50 years old, giving me grown man rap.
Right.
Like, Nas is getting his Marvin Gaye on right now. Straight up.
You're
Like,
not lying.
yeah. Like, Nas is doing something different right now. He's
Yeah.
solidifying his legacy in a whole
You
nother
know
way.
what? He is always gonna be so dope to me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
All
I
right. So
just wanted to answer that.
all right. He said, well said. That was a great explanation.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
All right. So we're gonna play one more chance.
Oh, you're gonna, okay, so that's off the Homies project, but go ahead and play it.
What'd you say?
That's off the Homies project.
Okay, you want me don't play it or play it?
No, play it. It's fine. I'll give you explanation after.
All right, cool.
Placing flags you rightfully deserve. Snake backstabbing steady taking shots at me. In the start they was cold signing straight up G. Now it's hate beef like I was a New York State.
I'm right here.
Well done.
Yeah, that's not me though. That's the Homie.
Music comes along. Fake love, fake support. That's the end of my songs. One more chance, one more dance. Shit, I ain't seen you in like 9 years. A lot of long nights I cried tears. Y te extraño. Tanto, hasta me hago daño. Llorando en el baño. But you embrace me with open arms. And I thank you. Gracias. So I'm back now. No need to back down or back out. I'm picking up my slack now. Tuesday night, how I put the smack down. But this time, no te dejo levantar. Tampoco te dejo ahogar. Let's get our shit together, tiempo a apretar. Just know this will be my last stand. Yeah, the last question that I'll ever ask.
Hey. I like that shit. Can I keep that to bump on the side by myself?
Yeah, it's out on it. So that project is called Last Lap. Shout out to the homie Breeze, aka Loon. He's a great producer, man, that I've worked with. It's a big compilation album on iTunes, all platforms right now. You could even find them shits on TikTok. Like, we're distributed through everything. So he decided he wasn't going to do no more collaboration albums, but he's still going to produce and work, because we're working on 2 more projects for myself right now. And that was just one of the tracks I did on his record. Along with my rebrand, or a lot of things that I've studied now, I'm really getting deep into making sure that I put my culture into hip hop so that I can bring something different, which is why you hear the Spanglish bars a lot. You know what I mean? It goes in.
Yeah, that's sick. That's fire. That's what you call your stamp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not nothing new. It's been done. But what I
you
think,
sound like you don't sound like anybody else. It's not like even like the old school shit. Like, remember that group Lighter Shade of Brown? They used to do that shit. They should be fire.
Right. You know, the crazy part is, man, I think because, you know, this is a whole nother conversation probably for another platform, but, you know, a lot of Mexican artists
say whatever you want.
Well, I'm just saying, because it's like a cultural thing that a lot of Mexican rappers complain about in terms of us not being accepted in hip hop and blah, 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 which, again, there's arguments for it and pros and cons, but overall, what I think we lack is bringing our own culture into the mix and then watching that, because I try to explain that, like, since we don't do it, the Black artists have been doing it, and that's okay, because that's why you have 3 brothers named Amigos.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You have, you know, you'll have another brother named Mucho Dinero.
Right.
It's kind of like, okay, well, y'all not doing it. Y'all too busy trying to rap like us. Then we're gonna flip, because we can take some of your culture and make it fly. And, you know, and it's like, it makes sense because we grow up together. That's why, like, Snoop did that song with Banda MS. Like, MS.
Oh, yeah, we the same. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Snoop did a whole verse in Spanglish, dude, that was flawless, flawless. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? D. Damn, what's his name? D Smoke from Inglewood? Another dude.
Oh,
He can rap in
hey,
Spanish.
that dude got bars
He's
like for
fire. He's
days.
fire, and he can
Yeah,
rap in
yeah.
Spanish too. So that's why you got that from One More Chance. But again, right now on all digital platforms, you know what I mean. It's called The Last Lap. Shout out to my man Breeze again for putting me on it.
That was good. I like that one.
Thank you.
All right. So, okay. So you are like a great mediator when it comes to different things. Has there ever been like a big problem in the battle rap field that you just had to step in and rectify? Like y'all stop right now.
Yeah, plenty of times, plenty of times,
I
and
bet.
sometimes, sometimes I have to bring people in because where you know sometimes with the level of street shit that I was dealing with, if Woods wasn't around or whatever, then I, some guys would step out of pocket even with me. And then I'd have to be like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? If this is where we're going to take it, let me just show you what it is because I got a lot of love from a lot of people. Aside from the fact that I can deal with it myself, I'm not going to do it in an event where
Yeah.
I'm hosting it. You get what I'm saying? So, so there was definitely times like that. Um, but man, I always had just great people around me, man. From like Daylight, Active, Dre Vicious, like those were all guys that just like always were just like that were like guys that were really tied to the street. Plus, everybody always knows like like Glasses is my daughter's godfather, so people know about that relationship, and he's like super tied into the streets, like on a lot of different levels. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the only fools that I've seen go into like certain Mexican neighborhoods that are kind of like racist, and they show him love. You know
Yeah.
that they show him love, and I'd be like nervous. I'm like, bro, why are we going over here? He's like, oh, that's cool. Boo, boo, boo. So again, all those relationships. But the only one that wasn't able to handle that got biased, man, was the last one that kind of messed up our last event that we actually had because we had done it 5 years, no real altercations or anything. And the very last one event that we were like that we threw, it was two girls that got in a fight that
Oh,
ruined the whole night for everybody.
they started fighting. Were they competitors?
One of them wasn't even really supposed to be there, but we didn't think she was coming anyway because we're like, well, if this one's battling, like, why would she show up?
Right.
And we seen them talking back and forth online, but that was also on me and Woods. We talked about that because we underestimated that she would actually pull up. You know what I mean? We're like, it's not gonna pull up. Like, but again, these are not little girls. You know what I mean? These are women with children and shit. So you kind of think like, oh, they're a little bit more sense. Have more sense.
Yeah,
Than that.
sensible.
You know what I mean? And again, in hindsight now, the girl that I maybe placed a lot of the blame on.
Mm.
She sticks to her gun, saying, hey, I didn't come up there for that. But once I got in there, you know what I mean? She started saying what's up. It turned out like that. And and I was highly upset. So I kind of like got to a point where I told them like, I'm not fucking with none of y'all. And then they felt some kind of way or whatever,
Right.
because it was like a whole crew. And from that point, man, we never got back to throwing events. It was again, not just that, but behind the scenes, there was already a lot of turmoil with sponsorship, just the money coming in, how it was getting split up, different things that were happening that I wasn't happy with, that Woods wasn't happy with. Doc was trying to mediate that for both of us. And, so it was just kind of like one of those things because it's like,
Doc's funny.
it was easy to say the show goes on, as Woods would say, right? But the reality was that what I do, nobody can really just mimic. Just like what he did, no one could mimic. Like what he did in terms of keeping things in order, with like the some of the artists, some of the conflicts and things like that. You know, and even the camera work, all that stuff. Like I was never really into that side of it. Like I didn't want to do editing. Like even with my music, like I produce things from the outside. Like I know what I want to hear. I know what needs to get done. I know the singers. I know the instruments.
Right.
I know what I need, and I always can bring these things and make them happen. Which was the same thing with LA Battlegroundz. So, you know, that's kind of what that was. And that was pretty much the last event, man. But like I said, we had a very good run, man. Like 4 or 5 years, guys that are like B Dot who are still battling on URL to this day. You know what I mean? Guys that touched our platform like Geechee Gotti, you know what I mean, who he came from an Orange County league, you know, out there. And then they, you know, once we kind of stopped, other little leagues, you know, started popping up, trying to do their thing or continue to do their thing now in LA. And but nobody did what we did. I mean, I've watched the shit now, and I see certain new guys, how whatever, but there's no heart in it. What me and Woods brought was a real love for people and a real love for the culture. And I think the other people that have come behind us are all about the pop. You get what I mean? Like, oh, look at me, we're doing this, and we're, you know, for us it was like more about, you know, let's make the best battles, let's make the best West Coast battles, and then we'll bring, you know, we started flying guys out from New York, girls from New York, you know what I mean? And you know, even like going back to that last battle, man, there was a couple of debts that weren't even paid, and you know, from that battle, which in my mind, at some point, I'm gonna make those things right, you know, with those people, you know, even after the fact. I don't care. Like even if they stay mad, I'm still gonna even up with them. But you know, I haven't seen them or talked to them. You know, I haven't reached out either. But you know, that's pretty much what it was, man. And that last event just kind of left us in limbo after that. But I'll say the run we had was amazing for the 5 years we did our shit. Like we made people pay attention to the street battle rappers of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like from streetest guys to even just guys that weren't necessarily street guys, but just from around the way. But it was never, beautiful. We were never looked at as like nerdy rap or, you know, geeky rap, like some of the other leagues were looked at that. Whether the guys were or weren't, you know what I mean? That's irrelevant. There was platforms that were looked at like, yeah, that shit cool, but that shit like nerdy rap, right? Like our shit was looked at as all, like, you know, thorough, authentic.
I know what you mean.
Street, you know what I mean? And you came to our events, you had essays, you had Bloods, you had Crips, you had
everybody, every fucking body.
You knew we started really doing shit when we had some white people from like Auckland that flew in to see.
Wood told me about that shit. He said, like, baby girl. What? He was like, baby girl, I was tripped out. He was like, you know, you have everybody at your shows, but you singing. It's something different. He was like, these white people that flew down for battle rap. And he was like, baby girl, you should have seen it. I was like, no, that's okay.
No, it was crazy because they were like, you know, it was like a group of white kids and they weren't even from here. So you could see that they were kind of like timid a little bit because, like I said, the element was there, right? But, you know, one of the girls had came up to me and was like, hey, you know, we're big fan. Oh, shit. You know, I told Woods, look, man, they flew all the way down here. He's like, what? So we start showing.
That tripped him out.
They start meeting the battle rappers and they treating them like, you know, stars because they've only seen them on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it was like one of those things. But nah, it was love. Shit, we even had at that time when B Dot really got popping, Brother Polite showed up.
Oh Lord.
He showed up.
That's the second time somebody mentioned his name today. That's funny. Some goes on. All right, so
I guess huh?
I was gonna tell them if anybody has any questions, this is always an interactive stream. We are interviewing Alkatraz. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and shoot them in the comments. We will get to them.
Yeah, for sure. Please give me something to talk about.
Oh yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, maybe that notification bell so that you don't miss out on all the awesome things that happen at this channel. Even though we move and we got a new channel. Okay, listen, we about to run this video. Oh yeah. Tony Nario, characters. Don't start without me video. Okay, so we about to run Traz video. I like that voice.
Cruising in my whip, top down, reminiscing. Hand 12 o'clock on the wheel, busting missions. Popped in the deck, so you know I'm focused listening. Popo on our tails, running license like we skillin'. Still bending corners when my partners making killings. Ain't gotta be a gangster when you running with the realest. What I learned from you, bandit, if you want it, go and get it. And if you start something, don't stop until you finish. So we keep getting money in this game for life. And we stay fresh fitted, so they know we are hype. Nice kicks, fresh jeans, couple chains, couple watches, C notes in our socks, platinum cards in our wallets. Smart street hustlers learn how to invest the profit. The ones that don't, well, they gotta take the losses. And if you make it out, shut your mouth and be cautious. We all know the game, so we know the streets walls.
Go, Traz!
Ever since I was young, ran with the worst of the bunch. I was out having fun. Still got my stripes. I was there in the midst of the crime. I shed those tears for my peers, reminiscing the life. Jealousy breeds envy and that's a fact. I'm done helping motherfuckers who stab me in the back. I gotta keep it pushing and I'm so far ahead. In the lead, comfy cushion, really getting this bread. I always remember what this gentleman said. I was only 15, but it stuck in my head. More money, more problems, more women, more condoms, more game, more knowledge, more fakes in your column. I got it, I get it, I understood the content. Dudes be worse than bitches and I don't need the nonsense. This is why I'm constant but conscious of the conflict. Stick to the topic, the logic in my process. Yo, I'm light years ahead of these cats, and I'ma be right here running victory laps. Ain't gotta be in the streets to know the code of the streets, but be part of the streets and know what they mean. Follow the code of the streets ever since I was young. Ran with the worst
That voice, I love that voice.
That's my man, Low Diggs.
Tell him I want to sing with him, Traz.
Let's do it.
I shed those tears for my peers, reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life.
Oh, I could work with that, and you know it too.
Reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life. Follow the code of the streets ever since I was young. Ran with the worst of the bunch. I was out having fun. Still got my stripes. I was there in the midst of the crime. I shed those tears for my peers, reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life. Reminiscing the life.
That was so nice.
Thank you.
I love that. You know, I already heard that song. I love that song too. I love that voice.
That's my man, Low Diggs, man. He's super fire. I've been working with that dude for roughly.
Hook it up, Traz.
Huh?
Hook it up. Tell him I want to sing with him. You know I can work with that voice.
That's
you heard
cool.
me.
Yeah,
You heard me sing.
I'll link you on Facebook and IG with him. He's super cool dude, man. He's always traveling. Like that dude, Low Diggs is hard, man. He's dope. He's a dope artist. Super
Thank
dope.
you. It's the vibe. Thank you everybody for sitting and chilling with us and watching Gems and Jams. This started off as a series. After this, we are moving to our own channel. I'm proud of that. Thank you guys for all the support. If it didn't go so well the first time, I'll be stuck just doing interviews every now and then. But this is so dope, and I've been enjoying this. And thank you, Traz, for joining us. And your music is wonderful. Where'd he go? He ain't gone nowhere. He be back. He just popped out. I don't know where he popped back. He popped back in. Did his phone die? He was on his phone. Okay, we got questions. Oh, there we go.
Gamer? If so, what's your favorite right now? I'm not a huge gamer, but my daughter got me into Miles Morales Spider-Man. So
Oh shit.
yeah, so I've been definitely doing it, getting into that one. I want to get back into Madden, but I'm a little bit afraid because now I watch the game. I'm like, yo, this is super realistic. I'm used to when they're probably gonna laugh at me, but I remember when we used to be able to throw the football in a football game about 50, 60 yards and 100 yards. Now you
Hell
got
yeah.
outs and shit. Like it's different now.
We
But
got other questions. Here's another question. Who's the best female MC you ever heard of? And how do you feel about female hip hop in Cali? It's underrated. People don't even know we got some fire female artists out here.
well, I mean, you have legends like Medusa. You know what I mean? She's a legend out here. People know, people talk about her. If you're from LA, you can't not say Medusa's name
Right?
if you really have been out here.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, but you got a lot of people, on the Latin side too. You know what I mean? You got Reverie, you got Vel the
Ooh,
Wonder, you got
Revy, the bomb, no.
yeah, Snow the Product, you know what I mean? I believe she's from Cali. Um, but shit, favorite MC, shit, I like Jean Grey. I like love Remy. I love Remy for more reasons. Don't kill me, Pat. Don't kill me. She's a good looking lady, but
Ooh,
that's that.
I was trying to sip that soda.
Nah, Remy's dope though. Remy's really dope.
Remy is dope.
Uh,
She slept on too. She it's underrated too. Like she slept on too. I hate the way
I don't think.
they do Remy, but she came through with that Sheether, and I don't know how that messed her career up. I feel she should have skyrocketed after that. But yeah, Remy is dope.
Well, you know what it is with Remy. I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't think she makes the greatest records. I think she's a dope rapper. She can rap. She's dope, but I don't think she makes the best records.
A lot of times it'd be the team behind you too. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't in there making the beats. And yeah, you probably right about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm just saying. I'm not saying she doesn't make good songs. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like when you think of a hit record, you at that point you got to think of, you know, like Cardi with the Bodak Yellow. Like it's a great song. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, like whether it was for the moment or whatever, like
It still knocks. That beat knocks.
that's
That
all I'm
shit
saying.
knocks.
All I'm saying, and
Yeah.
I think Remy, it comes from that era where we rap. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But to answer his question, the best female MC for me ever, I don't know if there's an ever. I mean, shit, bro, ain't MC Light, Queen Latifah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Queen Latifah.
Mhm.
Shit, man. The homie asked me a question the other day. The homie Dwayne, or like a year ago, actually, but
Yeah, I love Missy Elliott.
yeah, I was gonna say he said Missy Elliott. He asked me, was Missy Elliott Kanye West before Kanye West? And I was like, damn. I was like, that's deep.
Yeah,
You know,
without the mental tick, without the saying crazy shit in public.
no, just musically, I think more so like the fact that she was a rapper, writer, producer,
But
and
she
she
was a little bit more because you remember she was in a group called Sister. That girl can sing
right,
and
right.
dance too. Like she is a triple quadruple threat.
But my boy made a good point though. Like she was doing all the things Kanye does. She was doing. Um, what were the questions? Okay, well, how about top five? Top five all time? Definitely. I'm gonna put Latifah in there. People be sleeping on Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put MC Light in there. Lauren Hill for sure.
Thank you. She's my
Um,
favorite. She's my number one favorite. I don't care how crazy she get. I love you, Lauren. I love you, girl.
I might put That's a good question, man. That's a great question. Top five. I mean, I can put those three, and then you got to kind of go because I mean, the Brat was dope.
Oh, Brat
Shit,
still dope.
Lil Kim was dope. Foxy was dope.
Rob
Uh,
Digger.
Raw Digger was dope.
Yeah, this is like shit. People
It's,
from our time, hell yeah. We
I
had
mean, again, if he wants me to do question vouchers, who or when was the worst MC you ever heard, male or female? Well, I think. Well, I'm gonna finish that one, then I'll get to this
I
one.
got an answer for that question. I mean, everybody gonna say it's biased, but it's not. Like, um, Vanilla Ice.
You
No,
know, I have an issue when people say that about Vanilla Ice. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when Ice Baby came out, people be trying to front like they wasn't jamming
no,
to
yo,
that.
that was that one song though, but
It
other
don't
stuff
matter.
was like, you know what I'm saying? Everything else was like, eh.
Well, he
And
didn't
Mark,
else from there. He
Mark
tried to do
was
like a
good,
reggae song that was weird, but
but
his
then he was
one big hit. But he wasn't a bad rapper though.
like,
To say he
no,
was a horrible rapper, come on now, stop,
nah.
collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition.
That's
Something
that one
that
song. No, that's
I,
just that
I'm
one
just
song. He
all
got
I'm saying
lucky.
is we talk about rapping. He was not a bad. If we were to talk about a bad rapper, you could say like PM Dawn sucked or something. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, don't you dare!
PM Dawn or something. I'm not.
Without you.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think PM Dawn was like the greatest rapper.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he made a great song too. That's another one, songs. But
Laughing in the
um,
chat.
I'm just saying. You ask. I mean, oh, I got somebody. I have the worst song that was so whack it was tight to me. But I heard. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that dude was like actually some real shit. So I don't know. I couldn't answer that. But that song Informer. Informer.
No, no. Hell yeah. And licky boom boom down.
Yeah.
That was Snow.
That was probably one of the worst songs that was probably like the most popular behind a song that wasn't hip hop, which was that one chick that did the
Oh, that song was the shit. I don't care. I love that song.
What was she talking about? I was standing at the corner and my cat
Right.
opened it. Started raining and I don't know. And some guy
You right, but that song still this shit like that's how we used to dance back in the day.
um
Oh my
if
god, the stomach
if I
hurts.
had two more female MCs, just so to finish answering his question was, I guess I'd have to add Lil Kim and probably Nicki at this point, honestly, only because I'm not gonna go just off my personal feelings or just skill, because sometimes that's what we do, right? We pick our artists according to what we like.
Yeah.
And you got it when you talking about an artist. If we're talking about an artist, rappers, at that point we have to specify. So when I start doing a top 5, now we're talking record sales, we're talking impact, we're talking about vocabulary, we're talking about songs, we're talking about charts. For me,
Yeah.
So that I would add those two. I'd add Lil Kim and then add Nicki Minaj along with Queen Latifah. Who else? I say Lauryn Hill and MC Light. You know what I mean? And mainly, MC Light might not have all a gang of records, but MC Light had some big records. But more than anything, it was what she impacted for hip hop. Because I could add like Roxanne Shante. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was little at that time. Like I was just,
Roxanne's and shit too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's a lot of them
set the table for women to rap. They but that's
Pepper,
important to show young cats so that they want to go back and see who came before them. These young cats started hating, like not liking older cats, because the older cats, we were hating on everything. I was one of them too. Oh, mumble rap, that shit trash, blah blah blah. And it's like once you start really listening,
I still don't like a lot of shit.
You said what?
I said I'm guilty of that. I still don't like a lot of shit. That's a solid top 5 list, bro. Thanks. All right, so you have something you want me to play? We still got what, one or two more? You have something you want me to play? The Sacrifice?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm about to drop a new project called Soon You'll See with my boy Breeze. So that'll be coming in about a month. It's already done. kind of organizing some stuff, getting the artwork together. If you guys go to Tony Nario as well, you guys will find everything there. I think I just re-uploaded a bunch of stuff, so some of it's still pending. I know my first CD that I ever did, which is called The Escape, is on there.
Uh,
You guys can hear how bad I sucked, and then like just kind of run with me through the evolution of being a student and getting better and evolving as I got better. Because like,
right.
when I listen to my old stuff, I'm like, it's cringeworthy. I'm like, I need a lot of work. But obviously now I'm a lot older and it's different. So they can check Tony Nario. The other track that you have though is Sacrifice, and that's also off The Last Lap when my boy.
Why is it saying no? Take that off. It's an N. My phone did that.
What happened?
My phone be trying to autocorrect. That ain't what I said, phone.
Oh.
I got it.
All right, for sure.
I'm gonna put my cell phone timeout. You crazy computer. There we go. Y'all find Tony Nario on YouTube for more stuff, and I am going to play Sacrifice.
Featuring the homie Jokes Loves Life.
Okay. Featuring Jokes Loves Life. Oh, I see it. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, I started from the beginning.
That's not the beginning?
Mm-hmm. You must be playing it. I don't know what you're playing it from.
The link you gave me?
It's only playing that. If you don't have Apple, it's only going to play a piece for you. That's what.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I don't have Apple.
It's all good. You can play that. That's fine.
One more again.
Hey.
You said, oh, it's a vibe set mumble rap, still trash. He right. Yeah, it shut me down.
No, because it's only playing a piece. Like it plays you the end of my verse right there. So
yeah, that was still cool. That's a mellow vibe right there. That's a mellow beat. That's a song to roll to.
Yeah, he was like I said, since it was his last project that he was doing for compilations, he just you got to listen to the whole album. But once we got to those, because I think I got the last 2 tracks on there with the 2 artists that he put me with, including himself, Breeze, and those were kind of like the taking you out, like the last lap, basically. So that's why sacrificed a lot, and then one more chance. So that's why I was like real mellow.
I like that though. I like that beat. It was real smooth. I'm gonna have to go get some Apple Music so I can listen to Trash.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Spotify, I got
Spotify.
Yeah, if you whatever streaming service you have that will play the whole thing, then it'll play.
Okay.
I have Apple because you probably clicked the link, but that link was straight to the Apple. So if you have Apple, it won't play it. You know how they are. They give you like a 30-second clip.
Yeah. But I got Spotify. I do that.
Yeah, so it's on Spotify too.
Okay, the link is in the chat, so you guys can go on over to Alkatraz's
Mr. Cow
page. Okay, any more questions for Traz before we call this? This has been a great interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I love you though.
Man, much for having me, man. This was fun, and be on the lookout. Maybe we can do this again once I actually drop the project.
Yeah, we definitely can. Anytime you're ready to promote, we'll come up here. We do whatever you want to do.
All right, cool.
You know how to reach me.
Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Like I was telling y'all, me and Traz, we go back. He's my boy. He knows how hard this game has been for me too, especially the music thing. He's seen a lot. We got mutual loved ones, and I really appreciate him and respect this guy right here.
Thank you.
So,
Likewise.
any more questions rolling up? We made a whole good hour at it, and I guess we go call it.
That's right. All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Trez. I love you.
Much love, man. I'm glad we made this happen. Thank you. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay, y'all. So in about, what time is it? It is 9:26. So at 10 o'clock, we're going to be over on Jims and Jam show. Just fucking around, shooting the shit, whatever. Just fucking around. Just to go live for no motherfucking reason. I have fun. This was a great interview. Thank you, Mystical. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you to all the mods and everybody else in the chat. I hope you guys had a great time. And I'll see y'all soon.
Don't think no, we gotta just let it go. Talk yourself into letting it flow. Take time to breathe as we are synchronizing. Got me in a different type of mood. Feeling myself up, thinking about you. I just can't stop. Got to you inside, get me high. I'm open wide, thinking about your side. We gotta just let it go. Talk yourself into letting it flow. Take time to breathe as we are synchronized. Oh, yeah. Finally get a chance to let down my hair. Waiting for you without my underwear. I'm ready now. Gonna lose my voice, have me yelling now. I'm watering eyes, trying to be synchronized. We gotta just let it go. Talk yourself into letting